Welcome back to another episode of The Natty Teacher. I am, of course, your host, The Natty Teacher. I don't know if you can hear in the background. I got a train that I'm just sitting waiting for here. Actually kind of worked out in a weird way because, I do not have my car today. I'm driving my wife's car, which means that I don't have my normal little camera thing. I can just put my phone in and then film and what have you. So kind of worked out good because I didn't really have anything to film an intro, so cool beans. So I'm just holding my phone here while I'm waiting for this train to finish going by here. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it so I can keep up with the flow of traffic here in front of me. But regardless, we got a push day. We got a push day today. Second push day of the week. No, first push day of the week. I've been absolutely digging my push day structure as of lately, starting with like a side lateral variation, going into a pec deck, and then moving into like pressing, and then kind of having to come full circle with triceps at the end. Has absolutely felt phenomenal. Very, very minimal effect on like overall strength. If anything, like, yeah, I might be going slightly on some pressing movements, maybe lose a rep or so, or 5 pounds or whatever, but I know I'll get that right back. And at the same time, I connect with it so much better. Instead of just jumping right into a press or going right into like a pec deck or a fly and then a press, having that nice like top line nice and warmed up, it's made a world of difference. Now I'm going to keep this intro short and sweet purely because I'm just holding my phone here and I don't know when this train's going to finish up here, hopefully any second now. But regardless, starting us out, machine side lateral, top set of machine side lateral coming at you right about now. Quick little intro there, but that leads us right into our first exercise. Some machine side laterals has become a bread and butter type movement for the side delts for me, as far as mass and all that kind of fun stuff. Now, I do 3 working sets here. I'll usually find a top weight to do for at least 2 of those 3 working sets, and that'll land somewhere in that 8 to 12 rep range for those top 2 sets. And if I'm up for a third, I'll absolutely throw in a third at that top weight. But a lot of the times you'll see me opt for a weight that's maybe 10 to 20% lower, add a few more reps on, and kind of squeeze the last little bit out of those side delts. And this one, I think I may have done, 3 top sets, or 3 sets at that top weight. I'm not 1,000% sure, but I feel like I did. But it's either 2 working sets at that top weight and then 1 back off, or 3 at that top weight. So now this, my friends, is my 6th week of training. This is my second 6th week training block, which means that after this week, boy howdy, I'll talk about it in my next video too, we move into some new exercises. So after this week, you guys will see a couple new movements thrown in, but 3 working sets there. That one will stay. Now, pec deck, 2 working sets here, really emphasizing that stretch, really making sure that we are really opening up that chest, really stretching and elongating those chest fibers, and then bringing them together, okay? I opt for keeping the hands ever so slightly apart, but you definitely can touch the hands in that fully lengthened position, or fully shortened position, I should say, in the front of the body there. If you want to touch your hands together there, totally go for it, but you absolutely don't have to. Now, we did continue to climb up in weight here. This felt really, really good, felt nice and strong at this weight. I think we're using, 250 pounds or so. And really driving those hands across more of like the midpoint of the chest. You will see in my next training cycle, we still are running a pec deck, but I actually lowered the seat 1 more notch. And so it kind of puts my hands in the position of kind of running more across that top line. So feels really good though. Feels really good. I am currently in my deload week, so I actually got to run my first training cycle today with the new movements, and it felt really good. So then another movement you will not see for a little while, that is a low incline Smith press. Okay, so we got 2 plates and a 10 here. We're able to add a rep to our top set here, and I would argue even with more control. So we got a top set of 9 here, and then dropped down to 2 plates and did that for a back off set of 9 as well. Felt really good, felt really strong. Everything was nice and controlled. This exercise, though, in my next push A session will actually be a completely flat Smith press. So it'll be a little bit different, about the same grip width and all that kind of fun stuff, but a little bit of a different angle. This will hit a slightly different portion of the chest, and we'll go from there. So felt really good though, felt really strong on this. Then another exercise I felt really strong on, flat dumbbell press. Okay, this will not be in our next training cycle, unfortunately. We will have a a low incline dumbbell press as our top movement for our second push session of the week. But here we're just rocking with the hundreds. Again, I really try to keep these top sets roughly in that 8 to 12 rep range or so, you know, and then back off sets closer to that 10 to 12, 10 to 15 rep range. But this felt really, really good. Felt nice and strong, and yeah, felt great. So then went on to a flat Smith JM press here. Was able to go up and weight a little bit more here. We're using just 2 25-pound plates. Again, make sure we're really, I like to think of it as like a suitcase. We're really, you know, pushing those elbows in a pretty neutral position still. Don't flare them out too much, but at the same time, don't have them completely tucked. That'll actually limit the range of motion a little bit. But we are pushing them out a little bit and really getting that nice full stretch on the tricep and then coming straight up and out. Felt really, really good. We did 3 working sets here, all at this weight, I believe. Yeah, it was all at this weight. So that felt really, really good. This will be one that will still be in my push A days, just as a heads up. So this one I really, really like. So it has become a staple in my tricep game. So I only had run this one for a couple weeks anyways, so this will still be in my push A session. This will be at my main like compound tricep movement, if that's what you want to call it. So felt really good, felt nice and strong, and again, I was able to do 3 working sets here, all within that like 8 to 12 rep range. So it's exactly where I want to be. Then to end, we did some one arm overhead extension. This will also be in my next training cycle, but the only difference will be the grip I'm going to be using is actually with a short rope attachment. So we are going to have a little bit of a different grip. It will change kind of the stretch on the tricep a little bit as well. I did that today in my deload, and that felt really good, felt really clean. I was able to connect with the triceps well. So we did 2 working sets here to kind of close out this push session. And yeah, guys, it felt really, really good. Again, really, really getting that nice stretching behind the head. And felt awesome. Yeah, this was a great session, a great way to end my last push A session of this second 6-week training cycle. So deload couldn't have come at a better time. I got some food poisoning from Chipotle, so today is the day I'm like finally starting to feel a little bit better. It's been about 3 days, 2-3 days or so. So I'm finally starting to feel better. So the deload came at a perfect time. I'll, gonna take it a little easier on the food this week and go from there.